The ghost in the mirror. The brain can trick itself. There was once a man named Walter who lived alone in a quiet house at the edge of town. He had spent most of his life in solitude, not by choice, but because he had convinced himself that people were better kept at a distance. The walls of his home were lined with old photographs, faces he once knew but had long stopped reaching out to. And every morning, without fail, Walter would stand before the bathroom mirror, staring at his reflection as if searching for something he couldn't name. One evening, as he washed his hands before bed, he caught a flicker in the glass. A shadow, just for a second, behind him. He turned, but the room was empty. He laughed it off, blaming tired eyes. But the next night, it happened again. This time, the shadow lingered, a figure, hazy and indistinct, standing just beyond the edge of his vision. His pulse quickened. He spun around, but once more, there was nothing there. Walter began avoiding the mirror. He covered it with a towel, then a sheet, but the unease followed him. He started seeing things, movement in the corners of his vision, whispers when no one was there. He stopped sleeping, convinced something was watching him. His doctor assured him it was stress, maybe even a trick of the mind. But Walter knew better. He felt it. The presence was real. One sleepless night, he sat at his kitchen table, exhausted, staring at his hands, and then it hit him. Not as a thought, but as a deep, unsettling knowing. The ghost wasn't in the house. It was in him. The shadow in the mirror, the whispers, the dread, they were all echoes of something he had buried long ago. Years before, Walter had been different. He had friends, laughter, a life beyond these walls. But then came the losses, first his brother, then his closest friend. Grief had carved hollows in him, and instead of facing it, he sealed it away. He told himself he was better off alone. But the mind doesn't forget. It stores pain like a hidden weight. And when left unacknowledged, it finds ways to surface. The ghost wasn't an intruder. It was his own sorrow, his loneliness, taking shape in the silence he had forced upon himself. That night, Walter did something he hadn't done in years. He picked up the phone and called an old friend. His voice shook. He didn't mention the mirror, the shadows. He just said, "I've missed you." And for the first time in a long time, he didn't feel alone. The ghost never returned, not because it was banished, but because Walter finally understood. The mind is a powerful storyteller. It can conjure fears, distort reality, even make us believe in phantoms. But those phantoms are often just the parts of ourselves we've refused to face. The brain doesn't lie to hurt us. It lies to wake us. So the next time you see something that isn't there, whether it's a shadow in the mirror or a whisper in the dark, ask yourself, what am I not looking at? Because sometimes, the only way to quiet the ghosts is to finally listen to what they're trying to say. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.